tell me, nowadays, maybe plenty of people all around the world prefer to download video games instead of buying them because people think these video games are really expensive to buy, so they prefer to download them. But of course, some of these downloads are illegal. What do you think about it?
I think download it is better because download is more like cheaper and I don't remember
So of course you think, okay, so you'd rather download them instead of buying, yeah? But sometimes, of course, some of the downloads are illegal. It means against the rules. So what about this?
what means is it?
Illegal means against the rules. You're not allowed. You know, for example, if you download it, a person who produced this maybe or created, produced, and of course cost for this video game can't earn enough money because all the people are downloading instead of buying. So this is illegal. It means against the rules. Actually, you are not following the rules if you download something, instead of paying money and buy it. For example, okay, I don't know, I create, I make a video game, then I publish it and I try to sell it to earn money. Okay, so you need to buy this product so that I can earn money. But if you download it, of course, I can't earn money. Of course, we have some site that if you want to download, you need to pay money. It's okay. But some people try to download some videos, video games, I don't know, some movies without paying. This is illegal. Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what do you think? Is it good or bad?
I think is bad because when the people who try to make that like video games or movie, they are use their imagination and yeah, imagination to make that video games. So when we use that, but we don't pay for that apps, so
Mhm.
it's unfair for the people who made it.
Excellent. Unfair. And let me write this word for you. Illegal. Against the rules. Illegal. Okay. Well, we talked about video games and I asked you if video games are good for our health or no. And you say, okay, they can make us smarter maybe. And why? Now tell me, why do you think video games are good for our health? Why?
Because sometimes people use video games to like relax after a long day.
Mm-hmm.
They will have to work, so they use video games to relax and like um, get out the stress. I don't know how to say it.
Get rid of stress, yeah, of course. Very good. Well, are you ready to watch a video related to video games? Then we talk about it. Very good. Okay, let me find it. Okay, just wait a minute to share the screen. Well,
Video games provide a fun escape from reality, though they're often portrayed as violent, lazy, and a waste of time by some. The debate has raged on for years. So are there any positive effects? Can video games actually make you smarter? Before we get ahead of ourselves, it's important to note that too much of anything is bad, even broccoli. Seriously, extremely high doses of broccoli can actually be toxic. Heck, even water toxicity exists. So if you binge and do nothing but play video games, the risks probably outweigh any benefits. In fact, we have an entire video devoted to what would happen if you stopped going outside and the negative effects of sitting, link in the description. Having said that, many studies have actually shown increases in cognitive function after playing video games. One study in particular had participants play Super Mario 64 for 30 minutes a day over 2 months. Afterwards, the brains of these participants saw an increase of gray matter in areas associated with memory, strategic planning, and fine motor skills of the hands compared to those who had not played. These are particularly encouraging results for mental disorders which cause these brain regions to shrink, using video games as a therapy. Surprisingly, action games can also increase attention to detail in individuals. Take a look at the following words on screen and yell out what color the word is as fast as you can. So, green, blue, orange. Okay, now try a bit faster without me. As we continue, it becomes more difficult because there is a conflict between the word itself and its color. Chances are, if you play more than 5 to 10 hours of action games a week, you're able to solve these problems much more quickly. This is because your brain is actually more efficient in the regions associated with attention. Of course, video games can also be incredibly educational, and while you may not be playing some of your favorite games for this purpose, there are certainly many games that are used as effective teaching tools for both young and old. They may even help kids who suffer from dyslexia read more effectively. In a small study, dyslexic children who played regular video games ended up reading faster and more accurately, once again relating to improved attention skills. Meanwhile, other studies have found improvements in eyesight. Not only can they see smaller details more clearly, like tiny writing, but they have an easier time differentiating levels of gray. Very practiced action gamers were 58% better at perceiving fine differences in contrast, which is important as this is one of the first things to diminish with age. Even in the elderly, improved memory and focus is seen. More importantly, specially designed brain-teasing video games have been shown to slow the aging process of the brain by up to 7 years. This is because they are cognitively complex and require mental energy. Think you're able to keep track of what's in front of your eyes? Keep an eye on the blue circle here. Eventually, it will turn yellow like all the others. I will then point to a circle and you tell me if it was originally blue. If you knew this ball wasn't blue, then you're a functioning human being. But let's make it harder. Staring at the middle of the screen can help to keep track of the blue circles. Was this circle originally blue? If you said no, you'd be right. One more time, but with 5 blue circles. Was this one originally blue? Yep, it was. It turns out the average person can track about 3 to 4 objects, while practiced action gamers can track around 6 to 7. Finally, as technology continues to transform medicine, surgeries are being completed with the insertion of cameras and remote-controlled tools. And these surgeries have very clear parallels to video games with a screen and a controlling device. Not surprisingly, young doctors with previous exposure to video games show fewer errors and faster completion than those without. Of course, all of these skills are only useful if you use them, which you can't if all you do is play video games. So enjoy your downtime and relax with your games in moderation, but get out there and keep your life diverse as well, because that's how you'll win at the game of life.
Got a burning question you want answered? Ask it in the comments or on Facebook and Twitter.
Wow. Yeah, it was really good. So, okay, let's talk about the video. Okay, so finally, it was good or bad?
Maybe it has 2 sides, good and bad.
Of course. You know, the first thing that we've learned from the video was too much is
bad. Too much is
of course, even broccoli. It can be toxic. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought it was really healthy.
really good.
Yeah, of course. And something that I realize is that people who play video games are smarter than all the people who don't. And this is really interesting. You know, and could you could you guess the colors? You know,
Yeah.
circles, the color. Could you? Yeah, I could. It was interesting. I could. So we are smart, you know. Well, okay, great. So, okay, as we talked, the topic of this session is about, of course, video games and their effect on our lives. Okay, so let me share my screen again. Well, so that you can see the book. Okay. Well, and put this one here. Okay, so to download or not to download, of course, there are some comments here. We can read these comments, please.